निरोग स्ट्रीट आपके लाइव सेशन में मैं नलिनी मिश्रा आप सभी का स्वागत करती हूँ। आज वर्ल्ड कैंसर डे है। फरवरी महीने के पहले निरोग स्ट्रीट लाइव सेशन का हमारा थीम भी कैंसर ही है। आयुर्वेद के माध्यम से पैनक्रियाटिक कैंसर की रोकथाम और चिकित्सा पर आज का लेक्चर केंद्रित रहेगा। इस खास बातचीत में हमारे पास एक खास मेहमान के रूप में वरिष्ठ चिकित्सक वैद्य बालिंदु प्रकाश जी होंगे। वे भारत के प्रसिद्ध आयुर्वेद चिकित्सकों में से एक हैं। अपने शोध कार्यों की वजह से उनकी शोहरत पूरी दुनिया में है। आयुर्वेद उन्हें विरासत में मिली है और उनके पिता भी एक वैद्य थे। वैद्य बालिंदु प्रकाश जी भारत के राष्ट्रपति के पूर्व चिकित्सक और मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ हेल्थ और मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ आयुष के सदस्य सलाहकार भी रह चुके हैं। भारत सरकार के आयुष मंत्रालय की राष्ट्रीय आयुर्वेद विद्यापीठ इकाई द्वारा उन्हें राष्ट्रीय गुरु की पदवी से भी सम्मानित किया गया है। आयुर्वेद के क्षेत्र में अभूतपूर्व योगदान के लिए उन्हें पद्मश्री पुरस्कार भी मिल चुका है। उन्हें यह पुरस्कार 20 साल पहले अपने शोध के लिए ही मिला था। आयुर्वेद में वर्णित रस शास्त्र पर आधारित निजी रस औषधियों का निर्माण कर असाध्य रोगियों का इलाज करने में वैद्य बालेंदु प्रकाश जी ने राष्ट्रीय और अंतर्राष्ट्रीय स्तर पर अलग पहचान बनाई है। वे पूर्व राष्ट्रपति डॉक्टर के.आर. नारायणन के आयुर्वेद चिकित्सक भी रह चुके हैं। परंपरा के अनुसार मैं सबसे पहले वैद्य बालेंदु प्रकाश जी का निरोग स्ट्रीट परिवार की तरफ से स्वागत करती हूँ और आग्रह करती हूँ कि वे आज के वेबिनार की शुरुआत करें और आयुर्वेद के माध्यम से पैनक्रियाटिक कैंसर की रोकथाम और चिकित्सा पर अपने लंबे अनुभव को साझा करें। तो सर, प्लीज स्टार्ट द वेबिनार।
Thank you very much, Nalini ji. It was nice knowing you, and I feel it's a privilege that I have been invited by NirogStreet on this very special day. And this day is very special to me, not only because it's a cancer day. It is my one of birthday.
Oh.
When I say birthday, so I remember 4th February 2002. When I was in Gujarat Ayurveda University in an international conference, and I was going to speak on cancer, but I got a massive heart attack on 4th Feb. And it was so bad that my heart is damaged permanently 50%. The ejection fraction is only 35%. So I had passed through very bad phase that time. I didn't know whether I will survive. I will be able to come from Jamnagar to Delhi. And then I will survive further. But today I complete my 20 years. So it is my second birthday. So it is auspicious to me. And I always have a phobia that whenever people were inviting me on 4th Feb for lecture afterwards, I felt that around 1, 2, I will get a heart attack again because there is a phobia. So 4th Feb is a cancer day. And my birth took place, as Nalini said, that I born to a family of Ayurvedic physicians. My father, who was a Vaidya, he incidentally cured his first cancer patient in 1960. And Ayurvedan cancer. He was a small Vaidya, but he had a guru. And that Guruji has given him some mercury. And with mercury, he made a medicine. So mercury is mercury. When it's processed, it converts from toxic to like Amrit, like Shiva. शिव की कृपा होगी तो आप चलेंगे महाकाल आपको बचाते हैं और काल आपको ले जाते हैं. तो उस पारे से when my father treated patients and he could cure leukemia patient who were dying patient, there was no such modern technology that time, and those patients are still alive. So my birth was of that era. Somehow Guruji could not remember how did he made that mercury again, or he didn't want to reveal. My father could not repeat that. But when I joined my father after my BSc, I was seeing my father had been making medicine, and many times patients who were coming to me, he was last case. And out of them, very few were surviving under my father's treatment. He was making all medicine in the family. So like a children of Sapera, they play with the snake. We were playing with mercury, metals all our life since our childhood, because उसी घर में हम रहते थे और उसी घर में सब कुछ होता था. I noticed that some of the patients survive miraculously. Most of the patients do not survive. But while I was going through BSc in modern science, I came across with the story of Mendel, James Watt, Archimedes. They observed something like Newton was sitting under the tree, a fruit fell down, and all of a sudden he found why he came down. Fruit was falling even before Newton born, but he noticed that. James Watt noticed the power of steam. The same thing I observed, there is something is going on in my father's practice. He is not successful because that is not meant for, but when he's successful, there must be something. I pinpointed certain diseases where he was treating, and then gradually it made my interest to Ayurveda, and I came into Ayurveda with a scientific point of mind. I found Ayurveda is an ocean, and there's the jewels. It's not only superficial fish, but there is more and more deep you go, there is jewel searching. And I'm able to, I was successful because I joined my father. There was again setback. I joined, I passed out from Ayurvedic college, and he passed away. So I was only 25. I hardly had 3.5 years when I was doing my study. I was making medicine. I was doing so many activities. But in 3.5 years internship with my father gave me enough thing to restart and to continue with that. And after his demise, I started documenting my practice. And I found where I've been successful, where I've been failure. Failure did not bother me. Success, why there is a success. So I know Ayurveda itself is a science of immunomodulation. The basic principle of Ayurveda is Swasthasya Swasthya Lakshanam. What is the meaning? How can you keep a healthy person of healthy? The thing is, if you keep the immunity at cellular level, at tissue level, at organ level, at the body level, the patient will remain healthy. So Ayurveda means it brings metabolism, healthy metabolism of the soul, of the mind, and the body all together. That is there. So Ayurveda is immunomodulatory. So today I will be speaking on a model. This is cancer, because this I've been assigned for. And I will show my slides in the form of, can you see these slides? Share. Share कैसे करेंगे इसमें? Do you know anything? Nalini ji, can you hear me?
Yes, sir, I can hear you.
Can you see my slides or not?
No. There's an option of share screen.
Just a minute. Share the screen. Share screen. Yes, I got it. Yes, here it is.
Yeah.
Is it? Yeah. So I will be talking about, because cancer is a wide word. Cancer is more than 700 types of cancer. I've been successful in treating acute leukemias. And that study which I carried in 1997 in All India Institute on acute promyelocytic leukemia, there was a case who were diagnosed and came to us. And there were the cases who were diagnosed, treated, became all right, and then relapsed, and then they were treated. So there were 11 cases, and out of 11, we could show that Ayurveda could bring back remission to that. And for that, we got US and European patent. And we also received this social recognition in the form of Padma Shri. But this is an old story. Now that product is being developed scientifically with the help of CCRS. They have sanctioned a project, the scientific development of Ayurvedic formulation used for the treatment of APML. But today I'm going to speak on another type of cancer, because Ayurveda can work both ways. First of all, prevention and then treatment. Prevention is better than cure. Pancreatic cancer is one of the cancer which is very cumbersome cancer, which is bothering the society. And in this form, we have things. So we have focused our thing on pancreatic cancer. So I would like to say that what is cancer? Cancer is an uncontrolled growth in the body, anywhere. But before it comes, how did it start? it will start with inflammation. जैसे कहीं पर दंगा होना है, तो 4 आदमी इकट्ठे होंगे, फिर झगड़ा करेंगे, तो 4 आदमी का इकट्ठा होने का मतलब inflammation, group of people. So group of cells, when they accumulate at one place, that is called chronic inflammation. And this is now well known, and it has been more demonstrated that many chronic inflammation are leading to cancer. It is visible, evident in colon cancer, in esophagus cancer, in cellular carcinoma, and chronic pancreatitis lead to pancreatic cancer. That is also very well known. So if there is no inflammation, there will be no cancer. So what is pancreatitis? And what is pancreas cancer? We are going to talk. So as I said, that pancreatic cancer are rising rampantly. Whatever I'm showing you, it is based on references which are published in the world, in a well-reputed journal. So this is a fact that cancer is increasing rampantly. And same thing, pancreatitis is a progressive inflammatory disorder of the pancreas. The first case of pancreatitis was reported in the world in 1682. Our country had the first case in 1937. But today, if you see the scenario, India has the highest incidence of pancreatitis in the world. And pancreatitis has been categorized into two, acute and chronic. A patient may have one attack and cannot have second attack on the lifetime. But there are the cases who can get attack periodically, but they remain acute because there is no morphological changes, structural changes in their images. So it is a recurring acute and chronic pancreatitis. And it is said that this can lead to other diseases in the form, or there are different type of pancreatitis. In that, hereditary pancreatitis is there. So as I said, pancreatitis can take to pancreatic cancer, and they have done it by showing it in experimental models. So when a patient gets pancreatitis, what is there to offer in modern medicine? They don't know why it is coming. There is no radical cure except the management. So emergency treatment, drips, lifelong enzymes, and certain dietary restrictions are given to that, but they are not able to stop the progression, and that's why cancer, pancreatitis lead to convert into pancreatic cancer, or also sometimes kill the patient. So in this background, I will again take to my father's time that in 1972, my father started making a medicine using processed copper, processed mercury as well, with the use of Clitoria ternitia and Laphykinata with lemon juice. And he followed the concept of Gandak Jara. There's a shlok in Ayurveda that when you take mercury, mercury is toxic. When you process with sulfur, there's a Gandak Jarana, there's a process. When you do Jarana of Gandak into Bharat, then some part of Gandak starts of accumulating with mercury in an inseparable form, and that is said Jirna. So, Sametu Gandake Jirna, Samanya Gatnashna. When equal amount of sulfur is accumulated with mercury, it can cure the general diseases. Vigunetu Visheshena Maharog Vidurna. When 2 parts of sulfur is accumulated with mercury, it can Maharog Vidurna, it can turn all the Maharog. So it is a shlok. Trigunetu, Trigune Shepun Satur Prakashna, Taturune Utsaha Medha Smriti Virdana, Panchame Ashesh Gun Santapnashna, Asetu Shadgune, Vivid Adbhut Karyakrat. So here, what he did Digunu Gandak Jarit, Digunu Gandak Jin Parat, Maharog Viduruna. Pancreatitis was considered as Maharog, and this medicine which he prepared, that time it could not a miraculous recovery to a patient who was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer in PGI Chandigarh. Doctor opened the case and said, go away. And that Sardar from Firozpur, when he was going back, he went to Guru Sahib, Guru Anand Sahiba, and from there he got a reference. They brought to my father, and somehow that patient survived and lived for 38 years, disease free. He was a young man, he died at an age, and that case is very well reported in different places. So I took this thing, and there was a up and down, there was a standardization, no repetition, and gradually emerged out with a formula, with a processing, with SOPs, and we say that when this medicine we make, it convert into a non-metallic form. There is no metals. We have done this study with IIC Bangalore, with inorganic physical chemistry. So copper, mercury, and sulfur, when they're processed further for years and years, they lose their metal characteristic and convert into mineral form. There is no free metal. And I am going to present you data of 1,370 patients which were enrolled from January 97 to December 2021. Initially, we treated like other Vaidyas. We did not maintain much data. But from January 97, we have data of each and every case with us. And here I want to show you the data of total patients. This is 1,370 cases. Out of C, you can see 25 deaths. And we have reported even those cases who took treatment for 1 day or 2 days, 3 days, 5 days, 7 days overall. And there was a relapse and progression cases. There are a category who took medicine, because Ayurveda is a medicine, it is the science of India, but still there is a doubt, there is a fear, there is a suspicion, there is a mysticism around it. And when mysticism around it, people are scared of. So there are 27 cases who came, who took medicine but never started. We have 11 cases we are not able to trace, but there are 662 cases who have completed the medicine and they're living disease-free. And 316 cases are on treatment, and nearly 20% cases are there who have dropped out from the treatment due to many reasons. Now this Ayurvedic treatment. This is the most interesting slide of my presentation, because when we're talking about treatment and progression, so this slide shows that when they came to Ayurvedic treatment, there was a weight loss, because this disease brings significant weight loss that has reduced to 50%. Weight gain has gone significantly. And the other thing is number of attacks. These 677 cases had, because we are reporting about 677 who completed the treatment, there are 1960 episodes of attack, and with 980 emergency hospitalizations. But after Ayurvedic treatment, the number of attacks reduced from 1960 to 121, and number of emergency hospitalization from 1980 to 26. And this slide, this work attracted international community. In October 2019, we were invited in the joint 50th meet of American Pancreatic Association and Japan Pancreas Society in Hawaii, USA, where we were the lone non-allopathic person to present our findings in the treatment of pancreatitis. Not only this, what we see, sustainable effect. What has happened to them? So what we see that usually in India, pancreatitis patient, 92% patient live for 10 years. And this is based on our study, that patient who came to us, the 92% patients have 10 years history and 8% have more than 10. In America, 55% patient die within 20 years of the diagnosis. But here what we are saying, that out of 677 patients, we have only 2% dropouts, 2% failures, but 98% patients are living successfully. And here you can see 19 cases have crossed 20 years, more than 20 years. So we are able to change the natural history of the disease by the, so all the patients of this disease are in constant touch. And we are able to see that Ayurvedic medicine is bringing significant reduction of attack and emergency hospitalization. And same thing, it is sustainable and there is no side effect. Now, to linkage with the cancer, how we can link with the cancer? So there is a tumor marker, CA19.9. It is said that when it is more than 300, so this is called as cancer of pancreas. So this is a clear cut. marker to convert pancreatic into pancreatic cancer, which is visible. And there's no reference in the world to show that there is an auto reversal of the disease. But what happened? Our data that we got a patient, 127 patient, whose CA19 point level was higher than 37 normal to 4,000. And I recently said that 300, more than 300 means cancer. So we found that when the patient are coming to us with elevated KCA 19.9, even more than 300, up to 4,000, they are getting normalcy. This is a clear-cut indication that Ayurvedic treatment, Ayurvedic treatment, is able to reverse the progression, or there is only 1.2% patient showed further progression of the disease. We have taken it further because making medicine, treating patient is one part, but there is something beyond that. So we have taken the route of reverse pharmacology, following WHO essentials of reproducibility, safety, and efficacy. And for that, the first thing, we started process characterization and standardization, which has been done with the Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore, using this modern technology, non-destructive analytical properties. We have taken safety studies at all levels with the CRO in Mysuru. And recently, we have entered in an MOU with Govind Ballabh University, and we are also in process of doing clinical trials to add more and more science to our work. Now I will show you other thing, that treating patient, getting success is something, but unless we have something to prove, something to understand, is it being really done? This pain is going, or Ayurvedic treatment is paralyzing the nerves. So there is an experimental model where animals were given an L-arginine toxin, which is able to cause pancreatitis into that. So there were 2 studies was carried in with CRO. So this slide shows the details of the doses and the route of number of animals of both the study. But in the other slide, what we show, efficacy study, experimental model. So we found that Ayurvedic group, which is the blue color, it shows NAD, no abnormality detected. So at the particular dose, Ayurvedic formulation, which is known as Amar, was able to bring pancreatitis protective properties. This is the first and only compound in the world which can show that pancreatitis can be reversed. So this was the first study. I was a bit cautious seeing that, and that's why I immediately repeated the study. And this study, when we repeated, it not only endorsed, but it shows the way that a particular dose Ayurvedic medicine is able to show pancreatitis protective properties. If it is less than that, it is not working. If it is more than that, it is not working. So this product which we are talking about, there is an evidence that pancreatitis is not progressed to pancreatic cancer, as there is a natural course. Second thing, Ayurveda medicine can reduce pancreatitis. That means it has a strong anti-inflammatory properties, and it can enhance the immunity of the healthy pancreas. And that way, there is no such medicine is available in the Western medicine. So, an Ayurvedic treatment which is derived from Raj Shastra, it is one of the specialty of Ayurveda which was evolved during Buddha period, and it deals with processed copper, sulfur, silver, gold, zinc, etc. And copper is well known in text as an anti-inflammatory, but not the copper we take in a raw form. So copper should be processed properly, and once it is done, it has shown significant pancreatitis protective properties in comparison to methylprednisolone in L-arginine. Methylprednisolone is a steroidal and known anti-inflammatory properties. But in this study, Ayurvedic medicine was highly significant, but none of the animals who received methylprednisolone survived because they died out of the toxicity of methylprednisolone. So this Ayurvedic medicine has a very promising result. And pancreatic cancer is the 7th leading cause of cancer-related deaths in the worldwide. And by using Ayurvedic intervention at the very beginning, we might stop the progression. And if we further develop or further refine this treatment, maybe we can cure pancreatic cancer with the same success rate. And whatever I'm showing you, it is observational data. Yes, there are certain sciences. Now we can say what is our chemistry of medicine. We can say safety. We can say some experimental study. But there should be more and more study should be done to convert this empirical approach into a scientific language. And whatever I've shown you, that has been taken from this reference. So it is there. And I think this presentation will be available with the host, with the NirogStreet, and they can share it with anybody. And with these words, I say thank you to all. And I want to give a message that cancer, which is considered as an enemy, cancer is not an enemy. Cancer is a terrorist within the body. When our own cells start killing our body cells, that is called cancer. So we cannot have the same approach by killing cancer. Yesterday, I was reading that scientists had evolved a gene. It means within the body. So they activate that gene and it kills the cancer cell by itself. So it is happening automatically in our body. So if we have to cure cancer, we cannot cure cancer by cutting it through surgery, by burning, by radiation, by treatment, by chemotherapy, or even after bone marrow transplant, because relapse is the rule rather than relapse is the rule rather than exception in cancer. So if a cancer patient survives 10 years, 20 years, it is not only that, it is the success of treatment, because after that, when patient go to Ayurveda or some other natural things, their host immune system, host body defense mechanism is the key for cancer. And Ayurveda can play a role. So we demonstrated on a disease which is highly prevalent, which is going up, cancer of pancreas is going up. And by doing this, we can say that out of so many cases, we have no case who have completed Ayurvedic treatment has gone into pancreatic cancer. So that means by treating pancreatic cancer, you are curing pancreas cancer because there will be no cancer. So if we have 677 cases, and if we say 40% goes to pancreatic cancer, so out of 677, we can easily say that we could save 150 people converting into pancreatic cancer. So on this Cancer Day, I once again thanks NirogStreet to invite me and share my little experience on a dreaded pancreatic cancer. And many Ayurvedic doctors, if they focus on treating and educating their patient, that patient should avoid inflammatory disorders, and they should bring Ayurvedic concept of Ahar, Vihar, Aushadh into their practice, and they should make protocols and they should maintain data. So I am sure that we can cure stomach cancer by treating gastritis. We can cure colon cancer by treating colitis. We can cure urinary bladder cancer by curing cystitis, because modern medicine are devoid of anti-inflammatory, and even they even use anti-inflammatory because further inflammation. These words, I thanks all my viewers, all the organizers and the team NirogStreet for this wonderful session. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. There are a few questions from our viewers. Can we start the question answer session?
Yes.
Okay. So there's one question from Bharti Chopra. It's how to treat a pancreatic cancer patient.
You see, this is a question that first of all, in pancreatic cancer, we have to identify what is the condition, what is the status, when it will start. Because I could show the data on pancreatitis, but my experience of pancreatic cancer is that hardly 25% patients survive with us, and we cannot say who are those 25%. So we see the report, and after seeing the report, we can say two things: either it's refused, it's too late, and if there is something to offer, we can offer with the diet, lifestyle and medicine. They can contact our clinic, and we will see what we can do.
Okay, another question is from Bhanu Priya ji. Sir, today many people are suffering from acute pancreatitis. At what condition it may turn into pancreatic cancer?
Anupriya ji, acute pancreatitis itself is fatal. There are many cases who get attack and they can die with the first attack. So there is no prediction. Nobody can say when and how. So, but acute, as I said, pancreatitis is rampant. It is increasing. So there is a way to cure it. And if we have a patient who is having recurring episode, so we can definitely help.
Okay. Dhananjay ji just want to ask, can some preparation used in different CA patients?
Yes, because I treat variety of cancer in my practice, and there are a different type of, like treating leukemia, we use silver-based medicine, which takes 3 years to prepare, and there's a special process of mercury. So entire Dhatu Vigyan or even non-Dhatu Vigyan, even plant-based medicine can also do it if we take a patient and the right condition, right age, and treat with Ayurvedic concepts of treatment.
Okay, Dr. Gayatri ji wants to know diet for pancreatic cancer.
It again depends. How is Agni? What is the digestion? What is the condition? That way, I can't give any vague answer for that.
Okay. One viewer just want to know how much time approximately needed to treat the chronic pancreatitis completely.
Most of the patients are back to normal within 1 year of treatment at our center.
Akshay ji wants to know, sir, your Ayurvedic medicine will available in market in future?
You see, this is a very rare disease. So there are few medicines which are available for Ayurvedic practitioners to use in the practice. But I think medicine should be available with the doctors and they should treat the patient, not the market.
Okay, Manishi wants to know book for cancer basic treatment in Ayurveda.
I have no idea because cancer is not Ayurvedic word. I think when Ayurveda was written 1,000 years back, there were different diseases. Cancer is the outcome of the modern civilization. As I said in my beginning, the first case of pancreatitis came into existence in 1682 in Brazil. India witnessed in 1937. So, if there is no reference of cancer, but cancer is termed as a dushivish, a shoth, so it can be different things. So entire Ayurvedic concept, if we read, so cancer is everywhere. There is not a specific Ayurvedic literature for that.
Okay. One question is, how can we consult about patients to your guidance?
I think my slide has my address, my email, so they can refer to that. Or it is a bit embarrassing that on this forum I should share my number and advertise for myself. So there's a way to approach me. I think you will find out to reach me through Google or other search engine on social media.
Okay, Sanjay ji wants to know what line of treatment do you use, sir? What pathy and apathy to be used?
For?
What line of treatment do you use, sir? What pathy and apathy to be used?
For which disease?
I think they must be talking about this disease only.
I will not go with assumptions.
It's like Sanjay Kumar Vishwakarma ji, his question, like if you see this question answer session, so you will get this question. Sanjay Kumar Vishwakarma ji want to know, what line of treatment do you use, sir? What path and apathy to be used?
Is it related to pancreatitis or something else, or in general?
It's related to pancreatitis.
Are you sure?
Yes. He had reverted back. It's related to pancreatitis.
So basically, in modern medicine, they stopped milk and dairy. We give all milk and dairy. Actually, we start with first dose with butter. And pathe is whatever is digestible. So it is customized. There's no generalized guidelines for that. So initially, patients come to us for 3 weeks. And then, depending on the condition, we decide what should be the pathe and apathe for them.
I think we have covered almost all the question answers.
I thanks to all who have who like this presentation, and I'm sorry that I have to use I have to say most of the things in English because we are in India. People have different languages, so I could see the request that I should have spoken in Hindi, and most of the slides were in English. There were scientific words, so I cannot speak two things at a time. But I don't think the English was so bad that Hindi people will not understand. It was a little bit mixed. So I'm sorry for that.
No, nothing like that. It's completely understand. Like whatever you said, that is like completely understandable. That's not an issue. So
there's another case from Dheeraj Pandey. His cholecystitis can change to pancreatitis. As I said, there is no known cause, but it is said, it is observed that most of the patients who have gallstone, there's a cholecystitis present in pancreatitis patient, but even after removal gallbladder, there is a relapse within 2 years in most of the cases. So there might be linkage, and maybe it is a two different thing, goes hand in hand, because not much studies are available for that, for concrete answer. And Dr. Prem Insa, there are two raised hands, yes. Nalini, there are two raised hands, you can check with them.
Okay. It's like one, Bhanupriya ji wants to know, how can we control to metastasis of cancer pancreas through Ayurveda treatment?
You see, the Ayurvedic approach is not to kill cancer. We arrest it. And if we are able to arrest the progression of the cancer, metastasis will also stop. I would like to quote one case, which is a landmark case of pancreatic cancer in my life. A lady who lives in, he's a Kashmiri origin lady who lives in Stamford, in Auckland, in San Francisco. In November 88, she was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. Its secondaries in liver. She was not operable. She went for radiation and chemotherapy in Stanford University Hospital in USA. After 1 month, when they checked it up, they found cancer has gone further. It is progressed. And then it is called refractory stage, and there's no cure. So in December, she was saying there's no hope, and she has hardly life for few weeks. The family were desperate, and somehow they came in contact with me. I was also reluctant to treat her in this condition because the condition was really bad. She was not able to move, bloated, ascites. But somehow they pursued me, and I started treating her from Meerut when I was in Meerut in February 89. And I knew very well that she will not survive. And there was no courier service, no intercom, no this web and WhatsApp. So they were using diplomat channel. Indian diplomat channel for sending the medicine. Every week they were sending for 2 weeks, and then I will reviewing and giving it. And to my surprise, after 4 months, this lady came to India, and whole family went to see her because one by one all have went to USA to say goodbye to her because she was going to die. So when she came to airport, so she was walking with the glucose bottle in her hand. Cut the story from 1989 and it's 2020 February. That lady is still alive. But when they see the report, all tumors are as it is. So Ayurvedic medicine could not reduce the tumor, but it stopped the necrosis by the tumor. And that is the beauty of Ayurvedic treatment, not like Western medicine. They kill the cancer, but cancer come back. But Ayurvedic medicine make cancer inactive. जैसे कोई आतंकवादी है, उसने गोली चलानी बंद कर दी है, पड़ा रहे, हमारा क्या नुकसान करता है? So that is a landmark case. Cancer, pancreatic cancer in refractory stage, that is the only thing, and which has been reported, unfortunately. Lady is an Asian, I'm an Asian, and this approach could not be taken further. So, National Institute of Health, Office of Cancer and Complementary Medicine, USA, has discussed my treatment for 2 hours in Washington. They had invited me because I had presented 13 case histories. But this Russia is such an intricate chemistry, they don't understand anything. And in India, even our own country, they find it very difficult to accept and practice. There's so much phobia about it. But somehow things are changing. In August, we had Vice Chairman of Niti Ayog at our center. He released our book on 1111 cases of pancreas. And very soon, with his intervention and interest, Indian government is going to set up an incubation center for Rashastra and under Atal Innovation Mission, and many answers will be there very soon.
The last question is from Manish ji. Several patients of Arbad have Vajra Bhasma as main ingredients in medicine. Kindly explain its importance and its action.
Which Bhasma?
He is talking about ARBUD. Arbad have Vajra Bhasma.
No, I have no experience of Vajra Bhasma in my with me, so I will not be able to answer this question.
Okay. Okay. So I think we are done with the question answer session, sir.
Yes.
So thank you so much, sir. वैद्य बालेंदु प्रकाश जी का बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद. वे हमारे आमंत्रण पर आए और अपना बहुमूल्य समय दिया. उनका आज का व्याख्यान बेहद ज्ञानवर्धक था. बहुत सारी नई जानकारियां भी मिली. लाइव सेशन के दौरान आए हुए सभी वैद्यगणों को भी धन्यवाद. उम्मीद करते हैं कि आज का ये लाइव सेशन आपकी कसौटी पर डेफिनेटली खरा उतरा होगा. निरोग स्ट्रीट पर आयुर्वेद के ज्ञान का आदान प्रदान का यह सिलसिला आगे भी चलता रहेगा. जल्द ही मिलते हैं एक नए विषय और एक नए वक्ता के साथ. तब तक निरोग स्ट्रीट के साथ बने रहें. बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद आप सभी का.
नमस्कार.
नमस्कार सर.